So I need to fit all this in pack-out shelving in my Ford Transit. So I'm going to change it up again. I've already got the false floor down, so that's always staying. But I've just got to build on top of it and see what we can come with. Got the side door, and obviously the other side's already got all our materials from the driver's side door. See what we can do. Alright, so I've built the two shelves that are going here. These are fixed ones. So you can see here, I've got screw holes at the bottom to fix down, and there's also holes on the back to fix towards the back wall so it's not wiggling. And this one's got 3 shelves, this one's got 2. Thing is, I've done these heights because I'm putting my 4 drawers in here and then maybe something on top just there. Haven't decided, but you can literally mount it at, you know, these shelves at any height you want. You can have 4 here, it doesn't really matter. It just depends on your setup, so every setup is different. So this is how I'm going to work this area, but I'll show you with the pack out in it now. Alright, so they're all mounted in. So I did the walls first, and I mounted the shelves between them, and then I put the whole lot in. So I've mounted to the floor, and I've mounted them to the wall as well. So they aren't going anywhere. Spewing about that. But anyways, I'll ask the boss man if he'll give me one. Alright, so all the drawers are in, end up putting my laser box on top, but that will go on the shelf, and then got my screw box for quick access. So the reason I got these shelves is there's a gap there. This is my switchboard box, so when doing switchboard upgrades, I actually take that box out and either use it for all my RCBOs and sit on it if it's like a low switchboard, but I don't have to unstack all this to get to that. I can just quickly grab that out. So that's the benefit of pack shelf. Alright, I found an extra shelf and put some half width pack outs in there. So they're stuck in there. It's going to come out. Satisfying sound. Do it. Beautiful. Make sure what I just did in the van fits. I actually used our 3D builder. So you go down to here. It is in beta mode, so there might be a few kinks in it. But what we can do is we can create any setup we want. So I had 2 full width shelves. One there, one on the side of it, and then you put another one on top and another one on top. So I can tell from here that's 900mm high, and 2 of them is 1270 wide to make sure it fits in your van, and 400 deep. So as long as you keep adding them, it will keep changing how big it is, and then we can delete them. So that's my setup there, and then I can add the shelves. So I've got one on the bottom, another one on the bottom here, and then one in the middles here, and one, just have the one at the top. So you can see there that obviously the shelves aren't going to change the height and the width, but that's kind of the setup I went for. So continue off the build, I actually put 2 packashelf shelves here upside down. So what I do here is I grab the crates and I just rest them there, and then they're out of the way off the floor, but that's what I grab every day, put all my tools in there and take it onto the site. So I've just got the 2 there, and then, you know, do whatever else, and then at least they're out of the way. You've got all this floor space underneath for materials, or if you have something to do. Might chuck in my driver's side, material side now in the video. So this is the driver's side for Australia. It's got all my materials all labelled up. Just little tubs, all our PowerPoint switches, whatever you need, Corrie, all our 20-25mm, all that. And then we've got some junction boxes and smokies up there. But that's literally at needs. I can see what I need, what I don't have. And then it's pretty much, I don't have to go to the wholesaler during the day, waste time, waste money, more efficient. Alright, so let's install our slider. It comes pre-made, so all you gotta do is just screw it down. It comes with 15 holes. So let's get this in. So So I'm just going to line up mine with the back. Bring that fully out, and then we've got access to, I think there's 15 screw holes, 5mm holes. So I'll screw that down. More than enough. Almost done. So now, can mount that to it. Cool. Alright, so the slider is in. It's all working. So heavy duty locking slides, and then I can mount my packer shelf walls and shelves on top. But depending on what height, I've only got, I think, 850 height here. So if you've got more, you can go double height, triple height, whatever your needs are, and whatever suits your kind of van style. You might not have these false drawers here, so I'll be able to drop this low and go a bit higher. It's really up to you. When you're doing your shelving, you want to mount your verticals all the way to whatever height you're going. So you mount these together and then do all your shelves. So I've just done this in instance, and then put on that wall, screw all in together, and that will screw in to the slider. Alright, so I built this, so I've got the full height wall plus a half height wall, so I've got about 700 plus 100mm for the slider, so about 800 in total height. I couldn't do two of these stacked on each other, or else I would have hit this spot here, is probably my lowest point in the van. So I've just got to build this rack, so this might be a bit different. This one had 4 shelves, so I think I was only going to have 2. So I've got my vacuum and stuff to go on this slider, but we'll build that and then we'll go from there. So people are going to ask us, can Packout clip into this? The short answer is no, because you've got the wall, the shelves, the Packout won't clip in because they're stopping it. But the main reason we did it is for weight reduction, and we may as well just do a Packout design to come out of it so it looks the part, but I'll show you a workaround how we got around that. Now, coming back to this end piece, like I said before, that you can't put a Packout in that, but what I've done is our half-width shelf, which you can also mount to the wall using those screws, mount to the wall. But what is done, I've lined these holes up with the holes on the sides, so it kind of mirrors it, so then you can do a half width on there, so you mount that there or air, wherever you want. I express myself sometimes, this system is just fully customizable to you. It can suit anyone, really. It's so good. Alright, so I've mounted that to it using the existing holes and bolts, and now you can see it matches the cutout in the walls, so you can kind of look through and it looks all the same. So then now we can mount the Packout on the end, just quick access, screw blocks, whatever you need, daily, it's right there. Bang, clips in perfect. Other thing we did is we 3D printed this Packout clip, which lines up with the holes on the side as well, or you can screw it to a wall if you need, is these clips, and you can use all the Packout accessories. So we can put that in and then lock it, and then it's not coming out. So then you can put quick access stuff, tape measure, whatever you want, and it lines up with everything. Alright, so the slider's in, packer shelf on top, the lighter's on, the half width on the side, 3D printed mount there, quick access for your tools, and then that all slides out. Nice. 90 degrees, heavy duty sliders. So I've got to fill it up. So even though the packer shelf is mounted to the bottom here, I still recommend doing one thing, is bracing the back of the shelving. Just obviously when you're starting and stopping, it can sway this way. You just can't stop that. The one way to stop it, though, is to either do an X brace or a ply sheet across the back and square it off. But we don't supply that just because different people have different sizes that they're going on top of their slider, and it can change variable. They might just use that. So then your X brace is going to go from there. But for my scenario, I'm going to go from there to there, or there to there, just to cross brace it. So there's option A, which is plywood backing. So you use the pre-made holes to screw it in all the corners. I've used form ply 16mm, but you don't have to use this thick. I just like it because it's black. But what I did think of is just now is I can actually mount the packashelf walls on this, and then I've got even more at the back. Should be pretty cool. Do that there. So I might do that. So option B is using some flat 3mm aluminium that I picked up from a local hardware store, and just cross bracing it like that, just using the existing holes to brace it diagonally. So that's going to stop that movement left to right. But that's probably a cleaner look and less weight. Alright, so my brace is in, so bolt there, end up doing a new hole in the center with a new bolt, and then a bolt up the top, which is going to stop it. It does not move at all now, it's completely still. So that's like, you can get a piece of aluminium for like $20 and like 3mm lengths, and then depending on what shelves you have, you might have a double stack, so your angle is going to be more like this trajectory. So yeah, you can just cut it to suit. Alright, so it's starting to look like a van now, so it's got to load up with Packout. Obviously you got my drawers in here. I've made it to the exact height for crates, so they slot in there with all our power tools, battery holders, triple battery holder. So that will slide in. It's locked, and then that will close. You can see there's still heaps of room for like air cons, ovens, materials for a job, extra cable, whatever it may be, this is not in the way of it. And then if there is materials here and I can't get to this bottom one, that's why we've designed the slide, so we can pull that out and we can quickly access it without jumping on our knees to get inside. Other thing to note is on our slider is we've got this like little lip here. This creates the strength in the base of the slider. So instead of it like crumpling like that in case of too much weight, this is going to stop it because it's evenly spreading the load and it's not going to flex. So just a little detail that we've got in our slider. Alright, so I've got the second stack in. So it's crucial when you're doing your shelving and picking your height, you want to have a gap here because of the way the Packout sits in and actually comes down at an angle. So at least if they're too tight, then this actually can't come out. So just be cautious when you do your shelving heights. Another detail with our shelving is they actually have the Packout locks for the full width and the half width. So 2 half widths can kind of sit side by side on a full width shelf. Just like that. So that's all locked in. Another thing to note is the reason our shelves are this width is there might be a bit of gap on your normal Packout boxes. It's a bit wasted space, you think, but actually this and the drawers are the widest of the Packout collection. So you can see it perfectly fits this Packout. So whatever if you change your mind, you might get more of these and they actually still fit in with the width, and you'll see the depth is perfect. So this is going to sit flush. If you're screwing that into a wall so it's fixed, that's actually going to sit flush, and your Packout's not going to go over that line. Just little details like that. Alright, here's the finished result of our new build. So out the back, still got our drawers here. We've got the pack shelf slider, it's all set up. That comes out. All the custom labels. We've still got our big drawer with all our power tools. It's all done. Got materials on the other side we know about. And passenger door, more packer shelf with our drawers, custom labeling, and that's a big drawer for our cable in there.